So we start off this morning, ladies and gentlemen, talking about the River State Governor and indeed holiday gifts by the government. Yes. Some of you have received gifts, whether it's cash or in kind, all right? Some of you have been giving gifts also in cash and in kind. Some of you, both of them, which is good. I encourage it. And it's probably the best time to give gifts. You really should. Now, last week, if you remember, was that last week or 2 weeks ago, if you remember, the communique was released that the governor, talking about Siminalayi Fubara, had signed immediately that bonuses should be given across the cadre of the civil service in River State. And a lot of people were like, yay, that's pretty good. Extra money, who doesn't want a little bit extra in their pocket? All right, great. And then it became more interesting just about a few days ago. The governor said, let's distribute some gifts. Now, the report is 100 bags of rice for each of the wards. Now, if the number serves me correctly, there are 319, right, in Rivers. All right. Now, times 100, it's about 1,000 right to shed. But as you would expect, it met with a lot of fanfare, right? Criticism, which is why we're here having this about it. My question, I have a twofold question. Now, first is, are you pleased by the method of the government? The government says, share to wards. And so, a lot of people, that's our political. It's looking like PDP. It's a PDP and French team of P allies. Lines. It shouldn't be so. Again, the comment was wards. It said wards. English, wards. 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 Right. Now, the second question is this: if at all is the means, right, that the government felt was best to distribute items such as, what would make you become participating? And in fact, over the past 32 hours, been listening, going around about, them. Now they share them. And then, politics. People get politics. And yes, the governor says the worst. If you vote, are you not interested in going to vote? And that goes to me because I have my vote. Did not know. Now, if I go and I want to part of them, why am I not? After all, some of you listening, lick your lips, your hair in a but now if we on a political line. I'm not saying it's the best solution. I'm only asking what will make you participate more in politics. 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003, 08179230002, 08179230003. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. Please don't forget, turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Do not make unsubstantiated or unverified claims. Very importantly, please keep your comments civil. Do not make inciting statements.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Well, Merry Christmas to you, Muriel from Okrika. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Merry Christmas to you. Welcome, please.
Thank you, Jude.
Thank you.
What? Jude, going by your question, I don't think anyone don't need too much motivation to make you participate in politics. Because whether you
in River State, I'm talking about River State in particular.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. What motivation do you need? It's either you're in APC or you're in PDP, and maybe newly a Labour now. But whatever you are, whichever party you are, you are a human being. And whatever decision that these politicians made will affect you. Whatever decision they make will affect you. So why should you participate? Whether you're in this or that. I mean, we should not be coloring everything with politics. This is the lowest level that that a government will go. The same word. No longer your local government. This year. You have to your walls. So what else do you want them to do? You want them to put it on your family? Should they do it family by family?
That's a good question.
This particular
That's a very good question, Miriam. Very good question.
So I think that's the lowest. That's the farthest they can go. So if you know you don't want it, no problem. But if you want it, you go to your ward now. They cannot bring it to. We have APC ward or PDP ward. We don't. We just have one ward. If you actually participate in politics in your local domain, then just go ahead. Collect whatever you know that will be whatever portion that will be that you can get it and move on. Leave all this big politics. Well, this is the unitary period. Hope we leave politics small.
Yeah, but I agree. We're meant to leave politics, but people are hungry, Miriam. Many people would like to have a bit of this rice.
Then go to your ward, Joe. Go to your ward. If you're not familiar with the people in your ward, if you're not conversant with things that are happening in your ward, then okay, no problem. But if you're active in your ward, Joe, whatever party you belong, you should be able to get it. The government has tried. People are shouting, hey, local government, this, that. But they be able to bring it closer to you, to your ward. What else do you want? You can knock on your door to give one after the other. It's not possible.
Miriam says it's not possible. Ken from Ubuni, good morning to you. We have Zion on the line standing by. Ken, let's hear from you, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning. Compliments of the season to you. Merry Christmas.
You too. By your question, I think what will make me to participate in politics is when I have seen that we will be starting how to politic according to the post choice, where a singular person will not be imposed to the world or to the people. Because I remember when we went to Abuja for some certain reasons, they were trying to, one of the secretaries there wanted to deny us access to the person we want to see. Another person quarreled that person that, don't you know that these village people, these world people are the people that made them to be here? That these are the original political people. These are the politicians we have been trying to meet with. So that was the day I valued local politicians called world people, because they emanated from the unit, from the family to the unit. They form the world and local government and so on. So until we started here seeing what they call one man, one vote, without rigging and manipulation. In terms of sharing these items, my brother, I can't express myself in what is happening. Yesterday, they shared corn.
In what area?
Corn in my community, Uzumilia.
Okay.
I start to wonder.
Who was sharing the corn?
I can't tell, but I understood that it was politicians, or it is politicians that were sharing the corn. When I saw some people carrying sack bags containing something, I thought it was as usual during this time. I said, when had politicians started sharing corn in Equatorial? So just imagine the likeness, the way the people take us. Not regarding the local politicians. You don't like.
Is it like? Let me get. Are you saying you're not pleased that they're sharing corn?
I'm not pleased at all.
I like corn. Have you tried corn and coconut when they are roasting it? It's very nice.
See, you cannot use corn the way you use rice.
I see.
In this moment.
Okay. All right. Ken, thank you very much, Ken from Ubumini. We're going to go on a commercial, and when we come back, I get to read some of your very interesting messages that popped up on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416. Don't forget, we'll get back and we'll get to Facebook and X. Stay tuned. here, and it's once again a good time to tell you Merry Christmas. Yes, Merry Christmas. Some interesting things that we're going to be talking about later on by 10 o'clock on Jude's Corner, where his ignorance will be exposed. Well, all of that will come through from 10. But then we have a huge conversation by 11 o'clock. It has to do with money. Yes, once again, like I said, moving around through and fro, all across, all up and down secular areas in River State in the past 5 days. I have some interesting gist for you, and all of that will be taking place between 10 and 11, 10 to 11, also 11 to 12. But for now, we start off with gift sharing during this holiday period, particularly in River State, where the River State government had offered 100,000 naira extra across civil servants, which was yay. Everyone like, oh, well, that's pretty good. Once again, that's for civil servants. All right. Unfortunately, it didn't get to Jude. All right. And I don't know if it got to you, but we don't work in the government directly, so so that happened. And then there was the very interesting 100 bags of rice at the wards, all the wards in River State. Now, to give better a picture of what this really means, all right? That 23 local government areas in River State, and those 23 local government areas have 319 electoral wards. 319. So if you do the math, 319, right, times 100, all right, that will give us just about 31,900 bags of rice. Now, I don't know the exact size. In fact, we sent a reporter out to find out if it was the 10 kg bag, if it was the 20 kg or the 50 kg bags. So that we know exactly what the people are expecting or what they know should be coming through. All right. But I would like to think maybe it's like a 50 kilo, because, if you're going to share one bag for each ward, you can't give them 10 kilograms. Now, it has to be the big one. But anyway, we'll get clarification. Now, moving away from that, there was also this small little thing of cow for each ward. So that's 319 cows. That's not a bad thing, right? Okay, now some opine that, hey, look, River State should do better than just giving out rice and cow. That this is basically, a handicap meal. So how many people is not going to be effective? I agree. It's not going to go to every home. It's not going to get right to the homes that really need it. But the question is, what else could have been done? I'm sure we can find great solutions, all right? But more importantly, as people have been shouting, it's politics. They didn't do that. What will make you participate in politics? What else? Zion is on the line from GRA. Merry Christmas to you, Zion.
Merry Christmas to you.
Good morning.
Thank you very much, Jude. Participating in politics has so much benefits. So much. I'm talking to you today because I have participated from 2019 on the forefront, even in my state, Bayelsa, and I will tell you there is so much to benefit. These are some certain truths people will not tell you. They will only keep it for their children. But there is so much benefit. And you participate, nobody will shortchange you. Even when you are not around, when the time for the benefits, they will keep your own for you. But one thing with us in this part of the world, we just sit down, let them bring the benefit to our houses. Don't be surprised when people are not even recognizing their award. Because they don't participate. They are only spectators. I go cast my vote and you go sit down. Clap for yourself. Casting your vote is like in shares, you see the pawns that they can chop any time. That is how you are. Until you now act at that point as a knight, a bishop, a king, or a queen, that is when something will get to you. From 2024, don't just be a spectator. Go cast your vote, you go sit down, you talk, you abuse people. Politics is dirty. Politics is dirty and their benefit is dirty and you are being hungry. It's dirty. People are sharing rice. Nothing issue. They complain it's dirty.
Yeah,
Clap for yourself.
but Zion, they said people are complaining that look, why share rice at that point? When you would know that some of the people who are there have been there before you, and they may, the Nigerian they go siphon and give their cronies. They like that word, cronies.
Jude, listen to me. All these are lazy people comments. Lazy people comment. People are envious and jealous. You can start from somewhere. I started from somewhere in my state, Bayelsa. 12 of the millions like governors, I don't have at that time. But I stood my ground. I took a decision. Even the governor we call. What about Zion? As people remember Zion. I'm sharing this as a testimony for 2023 for most of us to change our perception and perspectives when it comes to politics. Politics is not a dirty game. It's never a dirty thing.
Okay, so Zion, let me ask you. Well, hold on, Zion, please. I'm sorry. Let me ask you before we get to the next caller. Now, let's talk a little bit about this rice that's being shared by the government and also the 100,000 naira. Now, what other method do you think would have been proffered, to distribute these, Christmas, bonuses? Do you think it would have been done any differently or should be done differently?
Yes, it can be done differently.
Okay.
Like my own as a person, what I would have done this period, number one, is either I buy more buses to the route or I accumulate that money and invest it into rice farming in Rivers State or in Bayelsa.
But this period, people need to eat. They need to feed government.
Have we died before? Because of this one, did we die? How would the governor didn't give us 100,000? I would have eaten Christmas. If we didn't share rice, we would have eaten rice before. You must go hungry for a period to achieve a certain result. If I've invested this money, just imagine a bag of rice for maybe 50,000. Do you know, in case we go into about 100 acres of rice farming, tell me if River State or Bayelsa State will not change the price tag of rice in Nigeria. Now, when we have rice to in the next year, we will not have it in elsewhere, so let's sacrifice it for this year. Even in America, do you know that before America became great, a particular year, they gather all their harvest and burn it as a burnt offering. The other year, they farm it and give it to other nations. Today's America not strong and feeding themselves, that people are rushing there. You have to sacrifice first. So I would have given them buses or invest into agriculture or spread the money to all these local farmers. Local farmer farming cassava. All those people first of all, because what have a cassava processing plant. Imagine the tons of gari we would have gotten next year by this time. So instead of sharing rice, we are sharing gari. We can even give to Gabon, our neighbors. We can even send some bags to different countries that droughts have been affected. Tell me they will not bless us and we will not be prosperous to eat more. There are more, but if we say want rice, well, eat your rice and celebrate. But what I would have done with that money is what I'm telling you today.
All right, Zion, thank you very much. And let's get back to you. More calls, more conversations here on Hello Port Harcourt. Concerned about this habit of people wanting the government to give them everything every time, particularly for holidays. Would the government share more rice during New Year? Would the government share rice during Easter? What about Ramadan? Would they share all the rice and give people all the goods around? It's not a bad idea, but this is not the phase, not the time for us to be thinking like this. We are still stuck in the beggar mentality, and that's why people will continue to be used by politicians. How can I get more interested in politics? Well, I will be interested in politics because I'm interested in politics. Simple. Anybody looking for an incentive, including rice and whatnot, to become interested in politics is wasting their time. We forget that the decisions we make or fail to make is going to live with us and with our children and grandchildren. That is the story of Nigeria. Alex says, the decisions you fail or you make, whether you make it or you fail to make it, will live with you, will live with your children and your grandchildren. So you don't need bags of rice to make you become interested in politics. those decisions that ought to have been made that were not made has brought us to where we are right now. Wherever you think we are, right? Trust me. Well, according to Alex, anyway, that's all due to you. Yeah, not to well, maybe to Jude as well. I don't know. All right, facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH, facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH. That's where you find us. Also get on to X, the same handle at Nigeria Info PH. At Nigeria Info PH, we are talking about a gift sharing this period. All right, what will make you participate more in politics? Are you pleased with the way the gifts are being shared right now? Samuel Friday says it is shameful how they use public funds to purchase gifts strictly for their party members. But once again, Samuel, let's get back to the report, right? The report says the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has distributed bags of rice to each of the 23 local government areas in Rivers State. Right? Now, remember, he also, approved 100,000 Naira Christmas bonus for all civil servants. So, civil servants work for the government. So, yeah, a lot of people were very pleased with that. But this rice and cow, by the way, get into the wards, right? It's not only for the civil servants. It's for those who are, so whether you're civil servants or not, as long as you're in that ward, right? It did not say APC ward. It just said wards. Once again, there are 23 local government areas in Rivers State, 319 electoral wards, and 4,442 polling units in Rivers State. So, why didn't you get to the ward? Why? Once again, just asking. Why? 017-923-0002, 0817923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. The WhatsApp and Telegram number, strictly for the reception of messages, please, is 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. Jude, this thing is political. You can't explain anything to me. Why exactly they have to wait so long and only distribute it to some of those places that they know only their boys will get to? That's a joke. But what do you mean only their boys will get to? Once again, the wards are accessible to everybody, right? Or am I wrong? Or is, once again, look, I don't know. I only ask the question. Isn't everybody, meant to be able to access the wards? Is there a gate sign, a gatekeeper or something? All right. Govt time, isn't it? Let's get to hear from Govt time. Govt time, good morning to you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, my dear brother.
Welcome, please.
Yes, brother. In this country, if you don't belong to any political party, my dear brother, nothing for you for Christmas. And the one that annoys me now, most of us that stay in the communities, in different wards. In fact, we are confused, my brother. Let me use the rice as an example. The rice that is coming from the state, we don't know whether it's the PDP or APC.
It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be for people who are in that ward, whether you're PDP, APC, YPP, SDP.
Yes, but the issue is that the political mentors hijack this thing.
Interesting.
So if you don't belong to any political party, nothing reach you on Christmas. Even those that belong to those parties, how many cup of rice are given to them? One cup, like the one they shared yesterday's DP in my community, they give them one cup. So tell me we have one cup we read as a family man. Do you understand? It's not a happy matter. It's not the government is not doing well.
So what would you suggest? Because once again, it's good that you express why you're not happy, but what would you suggest? What would you suggest?
Brother, my suggestion is that government should go back to the grassroots.
But that's what they just did. They went to the grassroots by going to the wards.
Hello.
They just did that by going to the wards. Are they not in the grassroots areas?
I am. As I'm talking to you now, I'm in the Pinnacle village. Do you understand?
Okay.
So those are mentors there. They are not even helping matters. Do you understand? They even call their boys, okay, carry this social bag of rice, go to the village and carry it to our boys. Then now we'll still cut their own. Do you understand? Before they will reach to the community, it should be one bag or two bags. Over 200 or 500 people. Then we have 500 people who share a bag of rice. It's bad. The politicians are not helping matters.
Okay, all right. So it's a question of the people managing the system, but the idea is a good one.
At all.
Okay, all right, Godson, thank you very much. Emmanuel is speaking to us from Rumukuta. Merry Christmas to you, Emmanuel, and thank you for joining us.
Merry Christmas to you, Brother Jude.
Good morning to you.
Yes, your question was, what would I do to participate
in politics?
Nigerian politics.
Yes, this holiday period. Well, what exactly will make you, if people are talking about rice, is it rice that will make you go and participate?
There is nothing that will make me to participate or to be part of it.
Why?
Number one, our political system is not a politics of love, but politics of enmity and hatred. Number two, our political system is not a political system of peace, but a politics of violence. Number three, our political system is not a political system of general interest, but a system of personal interest. Number four, our political system is a political system that has brought to suffering, poverty, and hardship on the citizens of the country.
And how do you think it can be changed if people like you don't participate? If you're complaining that the gate man is corrupt, what do you do? Shouldn't you go and change the gate man?
The gate man is corrupt. The gate man lacks that corruption character from the politicians. The business women and men that are busy selling adulterated goods are going into different business crimes and criminalities. They learn that from the Nigerian politicians because they lie and deceive us. So other citizens are following the system to lie to each other and to cheat each other. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Emmanuel from Rumukuta. All right, WhatsApp 009-030-6416. 009-030-6416. Good morning, Jude. Destiny from Port Harcourt. Jude, please stop explaining. People will want to believe what they want to believe, despite how many times you try to explain. Everyone will feel that the distribution will be hijacked by the ward leaders. There is nothing the governor will do to satisfy the state. They will only be satisfied when the governor brings it down to their doorpost and say, the bag of rice and cow is for each family. Compliments of the season. Destiny from Port Harcourt. Once again, I think that echoes, was that Miro? I think, yeah. That echoes Miro's thoughts. What exactly do you want? Do you want the government to come to your house and tell you this is what is available for each family? But then again, let's be honest, is that really a bad idea? Because, a lot of people don't know, but the Nigerian Postal Service, for example, still works. Do you know that? Night Post still works in this country. Yes, it does. And if these logistic companies can, deliver your items that you buy from the e-commerce platforms, right? They can bring it to your doorpost. Someone I just read a call. Someone say, why can't the government do the same? Why can't the government do, if it's properly planned, right? Like say 6 months before Christmas, right? They get to know, maybe do a random sampling size. Okay, maybe in Woji, we'll give like maybe 300 families, all right? Then in Akirima, we give like maybe 500 families. Then people who are, in Ubuni, we'll give them like 700. Then people who are Zoba, we'll give them 150. The idea is let's spread it to the rural area. So obviously the rural communities will get more, even though they are less populated, but they'll get more because they are more, as it were, in quotes, somebody said they're the original grassroots. Now, if the postal service and those delivery services can work, why can't they mail, if it's 10 cups of rice, I can't believe we're even talking about this. But hey, once again, these are ideas. You'll be gobsmacked, right? To find out how some of these ideas, make their way from conversations that you and I have on radio. So, well, let's see. All right, 3 minutes before we wrap up. 017923 0002, 017923 0003, 0817923002, 0817923003. All right, at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Twitter. That's X. Sorry, X is where, okay, but you get the dribble. So, right. So at Nigeria Info is where you find us on X, and then on Facebook, the same handle at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. All right, this one here reads, says, Joe, good morning. I don't have a problem with the governor giving out certain amounts of rice or whatever. The question has to be to ask, however, who is going to monitor and give records of what was done? We lack accountability in this country. They put names on pieces of paper and that's all. Nobody gets to vet, nobody gets to scrutinize, nobody even goes back to find out if people actually got these things. That's where the problem lies. All right, thank you very much. That's where the problem lies. This one says, Nigerians are the problem of Nigerians. People should stop defending the wrong thing. During COVID, we saw items delivered to stop steps or doorsteps in developed worlds, okay? The governor sending items to wards is for who to distribute. My landlord, who's the chief, don't receive like 4 bags already. Frank from Rumukushi. Okay, all right. So yeah, once again, Frank, thank you very much for that comment. Somebody suggested that if the postal services work and they still work in Nigeria, why can't they be used in tandem with those services? All right, with that agency to distribute items to people's homes and and like I said, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. And Frank is saying, look, we saw this happen during COVID. I remember, I think it was in Italy, right? Where some priests and then obviously some aid workers were going around house to house, right? Because of it, there was restriction. They were giving cartons of milk, pasta. The Italians love pasta, so yeah. So that was done. So maybe, like I said, I don't know. It's very possible. All right. Good morning, Jude. Merry Christmas to you. Concerning your rant this morning, I'm not ranting. I'm not asking a question. I think most of the callers and listeners are right about the notion of politics in Nigeria. I just witnessed people hijacking rice and Christmas incentive provided by the governor. This happened in Ahoda East Local Government Area, Ward 6 to be precise. It is very hard to get it right in Nigeria. Oji from Ahoda. All right, Oji, thank you very much. Well, we'll take a breather now, in just about another of 3 or 4 minutes. The news comes up your way. We have adverts coming. We have the news coming up your way by 10, top of the hour. And then Jude's Corner, where I once again will be expressing and exposing my crudeness, crassness, and ignorance. And hopefully I will get corrected and learn new things on the show today. But the big one later on from 11 o'clock has to do with money. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas. We're going to talk about money by 11 a.m.